Chapter 51, How Can a Disciple Be as Reliable as One's Own Child? You are listening at novelfull.audio. With Ji Ning's help, Gu Qing refined the sunglasses in just 5 days. Gu Qing rubbed the simple sunglasses and sighed that it was really nice to be under the big tree, the extremely precious supreme artifact, which countless people dreamed of but could not get, was within his reach. There were also strong people to help with the refining. We have the artifact Sun God Mirror in the Star Temple. If you need it, you can take it. Ji Ning reminded him coldly. Gu Qing thought about it and shook his head. No matter how good the magic weapon is, you must have enough cultivation. The supreme artifact is enough for me to use. With his current cultivation, it is difficult to control the supreme artifact. If he uses the artifact, he may only be able to look at it but not use it. Once used, he can be sucked dry in an instant. There are many artifacts in our temple that have artifact spirits. You only need to awaken the gods to use them. For example, the Zhoutian Star Tower, the Zhoutian Star Map, the 7-Star Sword, the Taiyin Aquarius. Ji Ning mentioned more than a dozen artifacts with artifact spirits in one breath. Gu Qing's face changed from calm to stunned and shocked. Does the Star Temple have so many artifacts? You know, artifacts are the foundation of the immortal Taoism, and their preciousness is self-evident, but here in the Star Temple, it seems like rotten cabbage. Ji Ning saw Gu Qing's doubts and explained softly, our Star Temple has been passed down since ancient times and has been prosperous. I don't know how many amazing ancestors have been born. In short, the foundation of our Star Temple is unfathomable. If you are interested, you can go and learn about history. Artifacts are by no means rotten cabbage. The artifacts of the Star Temple are accumulated by our ancestors for countless years. Gu Qing is a Zhoutian Star Divine Body, and can take any artifact at will. If it were someone else, even if they were in the Divine Fire Realm, they could only borrow it for a period of time. Gu Qing was silent for a moment, then suddenly rushed out of the cave and headed straight for the forbidden area where the artifacts were stored. The artifacts have unparalleled divine power, and a wisp of energy can shatter billions of miles of mountains and rivers. Therefore, the places where they are stored are all cave worlds transformed by the divine fire realm. Each artifact is an independent world. Gu Qing entered more than a dozen cave worlds in a row to select artifacts. He liked all of them, and it was a bit difficult to make a decision for a while. Which artifact do you think I should choose? The Zhoutian Star Seal and Zhoutian Star Tower are the most suitable. It can nourish your Zhoutian Star Divine Body, and at the same time help you comprehend the great way of stars and absorb the brilliance of the sun, moon, and stars on your own. But I think you should choose the Universe Tower without an artifact spirit. Although it is not as good as the first two artifacts, and you cannot use it at present, it can also help you comprehend the great way of stars and absorb the brilliance of the sun, moon, and stars on your own. Anyway, you are not in a hurry to use it. You can completely cultivate the artifact spirit yourself, integrate it into your own great way, and use it as your own magic weapon for proving the Tao. I have the method of cultivating the artifact spirit and the method of sacrifice and refining here. If you need it, I can give it to you. If it is fast, you can cultivate the artifact spirit in a few years. He and I passed the two methods to Gu Qing and analyzed it like this. Well, let's talk about it. Hearing He Ni's analysis, Gu Qing knew that he had made a misunderstanding before. Artifacts can not only help kill enemies, but also help practice. The 9-colored soul lotus in Gu Qing's purple palace consciousness shone brightly, assisting the soul to quickly comprehend the cultivation method and sacrifice method taught by He and I. By integrating the two methods, Gu Qing obtained a new sacrifice method. He can also control the artifact without the spirit of the artifact. It just requires a large amount of blood and energy for sacrifice, and he has the most blood and energy. Moreover, it only takes 10 days and a half months to complete the sacrifice. Gu Qing entered the cave world where the cosmic tower was stored. In front of him was a vast starry sky, and a divine tower that reached the sky and the earth, as if it was a top divine object. The star patterns flowed, revealing the immortal and indestructible sacred rhyme of the Tao. Gu Qing fully revealed his chaotic star body, and poured his majestic blood and energy into the cosmic tower. The artifact was not something he could take away just because he wanted to. He had to wait for the artifact to automatically recognize its master before he could take it away. Although the cosmic tower did not have a spirit of the artifact, it had spirituality and would automatically choose its master. Buzz. The cosmic tower suddenly shrank and escaped into Gu Qing's body. Gu Qing returned to the cave, poured out all the treasure liquid, and practiced the Chaos Immortal Sutra to refine it, and a large amount of blood and energy was poured into the cosmic tower. Seeing that everything went well, Gu Qing couldn't help but excitedly said, thank you. He has an unparalleled artifact in the virtual realm, and he can walk sideways in this world in the future. Don't worry, it's just a small matter. I said faintly. Why don't I worship you as my master? Gu Qing suddenly felt that it would be good to bring I with him. Putting aside the benefits given by I, it would be good to find I to chat when he is bored. Anyway, he can block the Qianquan's sword at any time, without worrying about being spied on by I. Hearing this, I narrowed her eyes slightly, and was a little moved, but not much. You didn't want to be my master before, and I don't want to be my master now. She said faintly. No need, my body is perfect. The road is bright, and there is no need to collect successors. That's a pity. Gu Qing said regretfully. I thought to herself, it's not a pity. If I can't be his disciple, I can be his father. The Zhoutian Xingqian divine body with the origin of chaos is simply perfect. Combined with my innate holy body and Taoist fetus, I will definitely be able to give birth to a child who is unparalleled in the ages. Her eyes fell on Gu Qing's handsome face, and her heartbeat accelerated. How can a disciple be as reliable as a child born by oneself? I'd better choose to run away with the ball. Soon, wait until he breaks through the Qing realm and then take action. 10 days passed quickly. Alas, Gu Qing really doesn't know how to cherish women. He ignores such a beautiful woman and retreats alone. Chuyao complained, I thought that after the two of them confirmed their relationship, they would keep it together for a while, sticky like a piece of honey. However, it turned out that she thought too much. Gu Qing is still the same Gu Qing, cultivation is the most important thing. No way. Don't talk nonsense. Senior brother is just busy refining sunglasses, and he will come out of retreat soon. Su Qingyue rolled her eyes and scolded. The exquisite and perfect little face was filled with a beautiful smile. In her opinion, Gu Qing's retreat was nothing. They are all cultivators, so of course they should focus on cultivation. After all, there is a long way to go, and they have a long life. Is that so? Knowing that she had misunderstood Gu Qing, Chuyao smiled embarrassedly and changed the subject. Xuanhuang was killed by Jiang, and defeated several true disciples in a row. He was very popular in the Star Temple. I heard that he is applying to become a holy son. He is just an arrogant guy who got a bargain. If it weren't for my senior brother to break Zhang Yang's magic weapon, how could Jiang Yu be his opponent? Su Qingyue snorted coldly. She couldn't help but feel disgusted when she heard about Jiang Yu. He had nothing to do every day, just following her closely, like a piece of sticky candy that was disgusting but couldn't be shaken off. But then again, Jiang Yu seemed to have changed recently. It's been a long time since he came to see her and didn't give her gifts, which was really strange. That's true. It's really a bargain for him. Chuyao nodded in agreement and continued to ask, doesn't Gu Qing want to be the son of God? I don't think so. After all, my senior brother has everything he needs and he has a high status in the Star Temple. The position of the son of God is a burden to him. Gu Qing wants to be the son of God, it's just a matter of words, no one else has anything to do with it. Alas, it's really annoying to compare yourself with others. Hearing this, Chuyao couldn't help sighing. The son of God that others want to get at all costs is just a burden in Gu Qing's eyes, so envious. She also wants to have such a burden. Let's go, the succession ceremony of the son of God is about to begin. You are a saint, you must be there. The succession ceremony of the son of God in the Star Temple is naturally grand and extraordinary, except for the elders who are in seclusion. Almost everyone is here. The immortal sects from many realms are also invited to watch the ceremony. In the square, the current Star Temple Master Jiang, wearing a star god crown, and a gorgeous star Taoist robe wrapped around her perfect body. She sat on the throne, shrouded in a hazy divine light, making it difficult to see her true appearance, but even so, she has her own noble and elegant beauty, like a goddess in the sky, sacred and inviolable, attracting countless people's obsessed eyes. Obviously, the people of the immortal Taoist tradition did not come here to watch the succession ceremony of the Son of God, but to relieve their lovesickness. The reputation of goddess Jiang spread throughout the heavens, with unparalleled talent and beauty, and she and Ji Meng were known as the peerless duo. In that era, Jiang Yu's suitors were all over the heavens and the worlds. She was hailed as the brightest pearl in the vast starry sky. Of course, they only dared to take a sneak peek. Although goddess Jiang Yu was gentle and kind, she would not show any mercy to offenders. Chapter 52 I am not a delicate and naive little girl. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Jiang Yu, are you sure you want to succeed as the Holy Sun? It's not too late to regret it now. Jiang Yu secretly sent a message to Jiang Yu. Although the position of the Holy Sun has unlimited glory, it can also obtain more resources, but with the monster Qing around, it would be difficult to be the Holy Sun this time. Therefore, she once vaguely reminded Jiang Yu that there was a monster in the Star Temple, asking him to give up the Holy Sun and give up pursuing Su Qingyue. Jiang Yu was very talented and had the qualifications to become a god and ascend. It would be a pity if he died. It's a pity that Jiang Yu didn't listen to the advice. However, there are rules in the Temple of Stars. Whoever defeats the Holy Sun and sweeps the contemporary true legends can apply to become the Holy Sun. Thank you, Palace Master, for your concern. This disciple will never regret it. Jiang Yu stood calmly in the center of the square and replied with a sonorous and powerful tone, in the great world of Xuanhuang, how can a disciple tie his own hands and feet and be trapped in one place? Even though that evildoer has unparalleled talent, I have a sword that can overwhelm my peers. I also have a sword. Can I dare to be my enemy? That the energy and blood in Jiang Yu's body exploded, blooming with bright divine light, and his fierce fighting spirit soared into the sky. The endless brilliance of the sun, moon, and stars rushed toward him, and Jiang Yu's cultivation level was rising steadily, step by step towards the high platform. The momentum becomes stronger with each step. Boom. In full view of everyone, Jiang Yu's cultivation level directly broke through to the 8th level of the Void Dao realm, which immediately caused everyone to exclaim and be shocked. Humph, just pretending. Wei Yiqing, who was defeated by Jiang Yu, was full of murderous intentions towards Jiang Yu. Obviously, he thought that Jiang Yu deliberately got stuck in the bottleneck and broke through in the hall today. This will attract more people's attention and prove that you are unique. After all, the higher the realm, the harder it is to break through. The Void Dao realm requires understanding the laws of heaven and earth. How is it possible to break through in just a few steps? How dare you be an enemy of Wentian? You are so arrogant. Jiang Yu shook her head secretly, and her eyes fell on Jiang Yu. His expression is calm and composed, his fighting spirit is soaring into the sky, but he has an extraordinary temperament and the talent of a genius. However, this tone is too arrogant and ignorant. It is extremely ridiculous that someone from the Xiaoshu Dao realm dares to ask the sky if he dares to be an enemy. Originally, she wanted to take Jiang Yu as her disciple. With a little polish, she would become a great talent. Now it seems that the idea of recruiting disciples was hasty. If your character is not good, no matter how good your talent is, it is useless. Jiang Yu immediately closed his eyes and stopped paying attention to Jiang Yu. Good words can't persuade the devil to die. Since Jiang Yu wants to die, let him go. When he meets Qing, a freak, he will naturally know that the so-called Wentianijin is nothing. No one can block Qing's punch. How so? After the sun's succession ceremony, Jiang Yu frowned and felt uneasy in his heart, instinctively feeling that something was wrong. The Holy Sun ceremony in the Temple of Stars was grand in appearance, but ended in an anticlimactic manner. The attitude of those Supreme Realm Elders was cold and their etiquette was perfunctory. Also, his temporary breakthrough to the realm only caused everyone to be shocked and stopped paying attention. This shouldn't be the case. Shouldn't these elders, as well as old monsters in the Saint Realm, be scrambling to accept him as their disciple? Is it possible that the senior officials of the Star Temple are not optimistic about me and think that I am no match for that evildoer? That as the thought came together, Jiang Yu's face turned ugly. and he made up his mind to find out the evildoer mentioned by Jiang Yu and have a showdown, give these dogs a hard slap in the face for looking down on people. Palace Master, may I ask who the monster you are talking about is? He asked through a message. Do your duty well. Jiang Yu's voice was as gentle as the sound of nature, but at this moment it was as cold as a bone. Jiang Yu had no doubt that if he dared to take Xiao, he would definitely be wiped out by Jiang Yu in one thought. This made him feel cold all over, some doubt about life, in his mind. He should be surrounded by thousands of people and the Star Temple should be used by him. Jiang Yu had already thought about it and worshipped Jiang Yu as his teacher. After all, Jiang Yu is at the pinnacle of the Saint Realm, and together with Gardenia Meng, they are known as the two most powerful men, and they will break through to the divine fire realm at any time, and there is such a beautiful master, it is not easy to look at, but the reality is quite the opposite. Jiang Yu guessed that it might be because of the evildoer hidden in the Star Temple. The idea of killing that evildoer became more determined in his heart, but before that, he had more important things to do. Jiang Yu walked up to Su Qingyue step by step and stared at her calmly. The original owner was a super licker, but he was not. Yes, Jiang Yu is a time traveler and has a sign-in system. The original owner gave Su Qingyue countless treasures of heaven and earth, and it made him heartbroken just thinking about them. He had to get them back. By the way, let me clarify in public that he, Jiang Yu, is not a dog licker. Su Qingyue frowned, feeling nervous, but her momentum was not weak at all. She also looked at Jiang Yu coldly, her eyes as cold, like a fairy from Xuanhuan Palace who does not eat the fireworks of the world. She is beautiful and cold. Su Qingyue made up her mind that as long as Jiang Yu dared to express his love, she would refuse without mercy. Ha! What if I become the Holy Sun? A dog can't change its habit of eating shit. The disciples looked at Jiang Yu playfully, waiting for Jiang Yu to be embarrassed. Although Jiang Yu's sudden increase in cultivation and combat power changed their impression of Jiang Yu a lot, but the image of Jiang Yu as a dog licker is deeply rooted in the hearts of the people. Looking at each other for a moment, before Su Qingyue spoke first, Jiang Yu's face flashed with embarrassment and he said lightly. Saint Su. Is something wrong? You. Jiang Yu hesitated for a moment and said coldly, since Saint Su doesn't like me, then return the treasures I have given her over the years. Su Qingyue's beautiful eyes showed surprise. Chu Yao was also shocked by Jiang Yu's words. She looked at Jiang Yu carefully with her fox eyes and wondered if Jiang Yu had been possessed by someone. After all, she knew how much Jiang Yu flattered her, and now Jiang Yu's temperament and personality are completely different from before. Hey, what did Jiang Yu say just now? He wants the saint to return the treasures he gave away. Did I hear it right? I also suspect I heard it wrong. The onlookers were stunned, and then they looked at Jiang Yu with contempt and ridiculed him. TSK, I didn't expect that the young patriarch of the immortal Jiang family is so tasteless that he wants to take back the things he gave away. That's right, if you were reluctant to give it away, why did you pretend to be rich in the first place? Tue, it really makes us men lose face. Junior sister, you see, I told you that this guy is all show and no substance, but you still don't believe it. Stop talking. Many proud girls who have a good impression of Jiang Yu stamped their feet in anger and wanted to cover their faces. Hearing the ridicule of the crowd, Jiang Yu raised a disdainful smile at the corner of his mouth and said lightly. Saint Su, since you didn't like me in the first place, why did you accept my gift? That although it was a bit embarrassing to ask for the treasures that were given away, they were real gold and silver. Besides, what's wrong with him taking back his own things? Sure enough, when everyone heard Jiang Yu's words, they immediately thought about it and looked at Su Qingyue. Su Qingyue was very nervous when she was looked at by everyone, and she took a deep breath. Okay. She wanted to return the magic weapon, feed the pigs, and exchange it for another one. Wait. Chu Yao hurriedly stopped Su Qingyue and pulled her behind her. Su Qingyue was simple-minded and didn't know the importance of the matter, but she knew it too well. As long as Su Qingyue returned the treasure, no matter whether the matter was right or wrong, Su Qingyue would no longer be a flawless fairy. Jiang Xingzi, do you want to get back the gift you gave? Chu Yao asked with a smile. Her fox eyes were bright and her eyes were slightly hooked, like a cunning vixen. That's right. Jiang Yu nodded and put his hands behind his back in a calm manner. Hee hee. I, Chu Yao, have traveled far and wide and seen countless customs and practices, but this is the first time I've heard of someone taking back a gift that was given out. If I remember correctly, Qing had already said that she didn't like you, but you were the one who was so shameless and begged for it. Now that you regret it, you want it back. Jiang Xingzi really opened the eyes of the Luan family. Chu Yao covered her mouth and laughed softly, with a cold light in her eyes. She is not a delicate and naive little girl. Jiang Yu wanted to restore his reputation, wanted to get back the treasure, and wanted to step on Su Qingyue to get to the top. Did he ask her? Hearing this, Jiang Yu's face was ugly and he was furious. What is shameless and begging for it? Did the original owner do that? Well, it really happened. I didn't expect you to be this kind of person. Tue. Everyone despised him instantly and felt a chill. I dare not imagine how beautiful the scene of being so shameless and begging for it is. Jiang Yu had made a man lose face. Jiang Yu's face was ugly, and he cursed the original owner in his heart. Now he was in a dilemma. If Su Qingyue had disliked him at the beginning, he would not be so passive if he wanted to return the things he had given her. Su Qingyue did not play by the rules, and said nothing coldly, but it was too late to say anything. Now, once the arrow is shot, there is no turning back. Jiang Yu's eyes were like knives, and he wanted to chop this goblin with a sword. He said in a cold tone, Saint Su is not going to have both, and is both a role model. Jiang Xingzi, you throw dirty water as soon as you open your mouth. Is this the upbringing of your Jiang family? To tell you the truth, all the treasures you gave were taken by Qingyue to feed pigs. Chu Yao responded clearly, and her charming face, which was so beautiful that it could overwhelm the whole country, showed a sarcastic look. Feed the pigs. Jiang Yu's expression collapsed instantly. Everyone present was also unable to hold back, and their eyes were wide open. They knew without thinking that the treasure Jiang Yu sent must be extraordinary. How could such a precious treasure be used to feed pigs? Damn it! You don't believe it? I have a photo jade here. Although it only records a few small clips, it was indeed used to feed pigs. Chu Yao immediately took out the photo stone and presented the scene of Su Qingyue feeding pigs. This was her bad taste. She thought that the fairy feeding pigs was too funny, so she secretly recorded it and prepared to use it to threaten her sisters at any time. Wow! The picture was so beautiful. Su Qingyue's smile was pure and beautiful. She held the pink and tender little pig and poked and stroked it. She also pulled its ears mischievously and laughed with her teeth bared. Where was the cold goddess style? No. Su Qingyue covered her face. The cold goddess image she had maintained for many years collapsed instantly. The goddess is so cute. The saint is so beautiful. This little girl. Jiang Yu's tone was doting and a little annoyed. Such an excellent disciple was actually taken in by Zhimeng first. It was a pity. Jiang Yu, don't go too far. What kind of ability is it to cheat Saint Su like this? That's right. Things that are given away belong to others. TSK, is this the behavior of the young patriarch of the Jiang family? That the Tianjiao who came to watch the ceremony, after understanding the whole story, was immediately angry and started to mock. Jiang Yu's face was livid. He knew he was finished. Today was supposed to be his highlight moment, but he became the target of ridicule. No matter how high his achievements are in the future, I am afraid that he will not be able to wash away this shame, which will accompany him for the rest of his life. Oh, by the way, I forgot to tell you, Jiang Xingzi, the magic weapon you gave was also thrown away by the saint. So I regret to tell you that Qingyue can't return the things you gave away. Of course, if you are really poor and need those little things, I, Chu Yao, can give you some. Chu Yao said this beautifully. It was obviously a mockery of Jiang Yu, but it was impossible to find any fault with it. Jiang Yu was so angry that veins popped up on his forehead, and his handsome face was a little distorted. He took a deep breath, looked at Chu Yao with murderous eyes, and turned away. Although he wanted to slap Chu Yao to death on the spot, Jiang Yu was not stupid. The elders and the hall master ignored him. He currently only had the title of the Son of God, but he was not the Son of God in reality, and he had no backing in the Star God Temple. If he dared to kill Chu Yao in public, he would surely die. the Jiang family could not save him either. The Star God Temple was not an ordinary sect, even the most powerful divine body could not do whatever it wanted. But he would not let Chu Yao go. If he could not kill her today, it would not be too late to do it. Tomorrow, he was just an inner disciple. He could kill her with any excuse. Hall Master, when do you think he will die? Jiang Yu looked at the person who sent the message. Ahem, just kidding, just kidding. He smiled awkwardly and continued to communicate with others. When Gu Qing comes out of seclusion, he will definitely die. Who doesn't know this? Let's guess, how many moves will it take to kill him? It's hard to say, who knows how many treasures the Jiang family gave him. TSK, how tragic, this glorious world is destined to be buried by a punch. Chapter 53 The Beast of Dreams. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Zhou Tianqing Divine Body. Is he really Zhou Tianqing Divine Body? As soon as these words came out, all the powerful people fell silent. Gu Qing's physique is indeed that of the Zhou Tianqing Divine Body, but his terrifying boundless energy and blood and mysterious Taoism are nothing like the Zhou Tianqing Divine Body. His physique is unbelievably powerful. Hey, the sky is unfair. Some people are the darlings of heaven as soon as they are born. Gu Qing was born to be enlightened. As for the difficulties and dangers of building roads, they are all responsible for them. If you need any heavenly materials or earthly treasures, just go to the treasure house to get them. If the treasure house does not have it, they will try their best to find it. It can be said that Gu Qing only needs to practice with peace of mind and leave the rest to them. And what about them? You have to work hard on your own for everything. You really can't compare people with each other. You don't have to be discouraged. When Gu Qing grows up, he will ascend to the immortal world and become a supreme being. He will also be able to protect our lineage. Jiang Yu broke the solemn atmosphere. There are more than just disciples from their plane in the Star Temple in the immortal realm. There are also star temples from countless planes, as well as geniuses from the fairy world, and the competition is extremely cruel. The palace master said that everyone has his or her destiny, but we are superficial. Palace master, what should we do next? I always find it a bit scary to hand him over to Gardenia. Yes, this female devil is lawless and ruthless. She even killed her childhood sweetheart's newlywed husband. If she has any evil intentions, it will be too late to regret. It doesn't matter, with the ancestor watching, nothing will happen. That's good. While the high-level officials were communicating, many disciples looked anxious and dared not speak out in anger. The Holy Sun ceremony has been completed, why haven't you announced the dissolution? They are still in a hurry to talk to senior sister Bing Zhuyi. Su Qingyue also wanted to run away at this time, feeling uncomfortable being watched by the people around her. She looked at Chu Yao with resentful eyes. Fool! Chu Yao poked her forehead and signaled her to go back and talk. Every move she makes is full of charm and charm. The eyes of all the energetic disciples were straightened. One moment he looked at the human beauty Chu Yao, and the other moment he looked at Su Qingyue who was as cold as an immortal. I feel like my eyes are not enough. This is the end of the Holy Sun ceremony, please step aside. At this time, Jiang Yu spoke, his voice gentle and melodious, making people feel like listening to the sounds of nature and relaxing their souls. Su Qingyue ran away quickly as if running for her life. Ha ha ha. I just discovered today that your Highness the Saint is so pure and innocent. Yes, if I hadn't seen it with my own eyes, would never believe that our holy and refined saintly lady actually likes to raise pigs. Seeing Su Qingyue's beautiful figure running away, the disciples laughed happily. By the way, what kind of pig does Her Majesty the Holy Lady raise? A female disciple couldn't help but ask curiously. That's a strange beast from heaven and earth, called a dream beast. The gray-haired elder said with a smile. Ah, that she was dumbfounded in shock. The strange beasts of heaven and earth, which are rarer than divine beasts, possess strange and unpredictable abilities. It has always existed only in legends. Don't think too much about it. It's true that the pig is a strange beast from heaven and earth. Holding it can make people fall into dreams. There is no problem in cultivating and becoming gods and ancestors in dreams, but what? Elder, please tell me. But, that is an adult dream beast, and it must have a cultivation level beyond the divine fire realm. In addition, the resources consumed by dream beasts are very terrifying. If they swallow up our cosmic plane, they may not be able to evolve into divine beasts. So, don't think so much and just practice honestly. Ah. Ha ha ha. Looking at the stunned disciples, the elder laughed while stroking his beard, held up the auspicious clouds, and swayed away. Damn it, stand up for me and speak clearly. Why can dream beasts swallow so much energy? What abilities did it have before becoming a divine beast? Palace Master. The clever disciples looked eagerly at Jiang, including those Taoist heirs who came to watch the ceremony. They also desperately want to know. Elder Wang is right, but not entirely right. Even if a dream beast swallows the energy of a cosmic plane, it will not evolve into a divine beast. Unless it can refine the entire cosmic plane and construct its own dream world, it will be considered a true dream beast. In addition, before becoming a true divine beast, the dream beast only eats and sleeps, and does not have any strange abilities. Jiang explained, the dream beast is a useless thing that can be seen but not used. When you have the ability to help the dream beast refine the entire universe, then the dream it constructs will be useless to you. The level is too low, it is better to refine the entire universe into reality for your own use. Ah, this. Everyone had complicated expressions. I have long heard that the abilities of the strange beasts in the world are strange and unpredictable, and they are naturally powerful, but there are also some strange beasts in the world that need special circumstances to grow. Before they grow up, they are weak and useless. Obviously, this pig is the latter. Sister Chu. In the palace belonging to Su Qingyue at Goddess Peak, she looked at Chu Yao with a sad expression. Fool. Chu Yao rubbed her little head. Jiang Yu has evil intentions. He embarrassed you in public. It seems that he just wants you to return the gift, but in fact he wants you to lose your reputation. You have received so many gifts from liquors. If you don't make it clear today, Luo Li will definitely use you. You don't want to become a saint who cheats money, right? If you let them unite, you will be in big trouble. Hearing this, Su Qingyue suddenly broke out in a cold sweat. With her intelligence, she naturally understood it at once and thought of the terrible consequences. If she didn't handle it well, she would be despised by thousands of people and her reputation would be completely ruined. Besides, it's just raising pigs. What's wrong with having a little hobby? Chu Yao continued. Su Qingyue regretted it so much. If she had known that Jiang Yu would do this today, she shouldn't have fed Zhang Yang's things to the pigs in anger. Once this started, it was out of control. Sister Chu, thanks to you, otherwise I would be miserable. Su Qingyue hugged Chu Yao and buried her little head in her broad chest. Why are you being so polite to me? Don't accept gifts in the future. But if I don't accept gifts, those people will only give more gifts. Then destroy it in front of me. Chu Yao was helpless. The Taiyin divine body is too popular with men. This is not only a top-level furnace, but also means that it is possible to practice the Taiyin Sun Chaos record and strive for the Great Tao. If Su Qingyue was not a disciple of Jimeng, she would have been abducted and imprisoned long ago. Okay. Su Qingyue nodded, and then worriedly said, Sister Chu, you have humiliated Jiang Yu, he will definitely not let you go, you stay here first. That's what I mean. Chu Yao knew Jiang Yu's murderous intentions towards her, but she was not worried at all. Even if Jiang Yu was talented, he could not be Gu Qing's opponent. Chapter 54, A Piece of Shit with a Slick Exterior. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Ha! Finally the sacrifice is completed. Gu Qing breathed a sigh of relief. After consuming all the treasure liquid, the universe tower has accumulated his immeasurable blood energy, and a single thought can activate its power. It is impossible to kill a saint, but it is easy to kill the venerable realm. In addition, the universe tower has unparalleled defense and can move through space, although he may not be able to use these two abilities. After all, he has space divine patterns. With the universe tower, if I can't get out of the divine fire realm, who can do anything to me? Life-saving skills are maxed out immediately. Gu Qing's eyes were bright and he muttered silently, System, pull out my attribute panel. Name, Gu Qing, Realm, the first level of the Void Dao Realm, Physique, Supreme Dao Bone, Chaos Star Body, Talent, born with Taoism, it shines through the ages. Fate Variable, Fate Unknown, Luck 320,000, Natural Power, Chaos Aquarius Seal, Yin Yang Wheel, Star Picking Hand, Chaos Sword Technique, Star Shattering Finger, Star Fighting Divine Fist, Supernatural Power, Destroy the 8 Wastelands, Small Success, Move Space, Small Success, Magic Weapon, Samsara Halberd, Golden Gourd, Space Divine Pattern, Sunglasses, Universe Tower, Exotic Fire, Heart of Ice and Fire, Innate Spiritual Root, 9-Color Soul Lotus. Exercise Chaos Immortality Sutra. Nothing has changed. The treasure liquid has been transformed into the Blood Chi Sacrifice Cosmic Tower, and it is considered good if the realm does not fall. Gu Qing walked out of the retreat cave. What are your plans next? He and I asked. There was a relaxed and lazy tone in his tone. Let's make the elixir first. Sell some elixirs in exchange for elixirs and monsters. Gu Qing needs too much, and it's not easy to get all of it from the Star Temple. After all, the Star Temple also needs to develop, and the disciples also need training resources. Can you make elixirs? He and I asked in surprise. She knew Gu Qing's origins. After joining the Star Temple, he has been busy practicing. How can he have time to learn alchemy? But from Gu Qing's tone, he sounded as if he was a master of alchemy. I haven't practiced it before, but I searched for the soul of a 9th-grade alchemist, and I feel that making alchemy is quite simple. Gu Qing replied, simple. He and I was speechless. Alchemy is also a kind of avenue. If it were really that easy to make alchemy, there would be alchemists everywhere. After all, there are many memory-sharing techniques in the cultivation world, but the Tao is mysterious, and the many wonderful doors are indescribable. Enlightenment is enlightenment and cannot be recorded by memory. How many strong people, after taking away their bodies and being reborn, have to start all over again, unable to recover their previous cultivation. Brother, you're out. Su Qingyue came forward happily. Her smile was full of innocence, and her beautiful eyes were shining. The small colorful ribbons tied around her thin waist were flying everywhere, and she was dressed in a moon-white dress, as graceful as a giant and as beautiful as a fairy. Gu Qing hummed and asked, why are you outside my cave? Do you have anything to do with me? Su Qingyue told the story angrily. Qiao narrowed her fox eyes and said, I suspect that he was snatched away, but I'm not sure. After all, wealthy families like the Jiang family must have soul cards. It must have been taken away. There are countless weird secrets in the world. There are many secrets that can hide the soul card. We have several secrets in the Star Temple. Gu Qing replied casually, his eyes thoughtful, listening to Su Qingyue's description. Jiang Yu looks a bit like the protagonist. And he is also the systematic protagonist of the new era. First, he licked her horribly, and then slapped the goddess hard on the face, then he whitewashes the goddess and becomes his licking dog, TSK. Routines, they are all routines. Then what should we do? Chuyao asked. Of course I'll send him home with one punch. Come on, I want to see what kind of beast he is. Gu Qing was in high spirits. The protagonist is his adoptive father, and his Fang Tianhua Ji is already hungry and thirsty. On the other side, in the past few days, Jiang Yu first defeated the immortal Taoists who came to watch the ceremony, and then climbed to the 9,999th floor of the Avenue of Stars. Directly to the top, the star Dao bell rang 9 times in a row, shaking the endless galaxy. He actually made it to the top. It is difficult for even the Supreme Divine Body to reach the top. It only took him 3 days to reach the top with his Supreme Divine Body. Could it be that the Holy Sun has a hidden physique? Jiang Yu's feet attracted countless shocked looks. Even Zhang Yang didn't reach the top, but only climbed more than 8,000 floors. Almost all those who have reached the summit in the past have ascended to the immortal world. Those who have not ascended have fallen due to various reasons. In other words, Jiang Yu has the qualifications to become a god and ascend. I have met the Holy Sun. Congratulations to the Holy Sun for being honored on the Avenue of Stars. The disciples who ascended the Avenue of Stars bowed respectfully when they saw Jiang Yu coming down. Jiang Yu hummed, his eyes calm, without even looking at these disciples. Walking in the void with an indifferent expression, divine light emerged from his body, making him look like a god. Jiang Yu came to the Hall of Stars and bowed to the peerless goddess on the throne. "Tell me, what do you want?" Jiang Yu hummed indifferently and asked, "The genius who has reached the top of the Avenue of Stars can make a request to the temple that is not too excessive." Hearing Jiang Yu's cold tone, Jiang Yu felt a little depressed. He is so outstanding and has unparalleled talent, why is Jiang Yu still cold to him? He swallowed the words of apprenticeship unwillingly. Jiang Yu looked at the elders in the hall. The elders also looked cold, even indifferent. They looked at him, not like looking at a person, but as if looking at an object, not good. Jiang Yu's heart sank to the bottom of the valley, and he even had the urge to escape from the Star Temple. The attitude of the Star Temple towards him was obvious. If he stayed any longer, his life might be in danger. Tap tap tap. Greetings to the hall master, elders. Qing and the two women walked into the hall and performed the disciples' salute. No need to be polite. Sit down. Jiang Yu's voice was gentle and graceful, as if it contained a kind of magic that made people relax their souls and calm their minds. Thank you, hall master. Qing thanked him, and was shocked that Jiang Yu actually let him sit under her. What a great honor. You should know that Jiang Yu and Meng are both peerless duos. In terms of strength and talent, the two are evenly matched. There are even rumors that the position of the goddess originally belonged to Jiang Yu, but Jiang Yu was deceived by Meng at that time. In addition, the two are mortal enemies. Jiang Yu doesn't have to treat him so well, right? Sitting below Jiang Yu, ethereal body fragrance came to his nose, and Qing took a breath, and his soul was floating in ecstasy. So it's you. Seeing this, how can Jiang Yu not see that the demon heir of the Star Temple is Qing? Jiang Yu is polite to Qing, the elders are kind to Qing. In this case, isn't it his status in the family? His eyes are shining, and he wants to check Qing's background. However, he saw nothing. The starry Taoist robe on Qing is a magic weapon of sky-high price, unless he has a divine eye to ignore the defense of the magic weapon of sky-high price. System, check his attribute data. Name, Jiang Yu, Realm, 8th level of Void Dao Realm, Constitution, Void God Body, Pure Yang Dao Bone, Talent, None, Fate, Son of Destiny, Destiny, Countless Enemies, Invincible throughout life, Luck, 52,000. He has a Supreme God Body and Pure Yang Dao Bone. How come he doesn't even have a talent? Also, why is his luck so little? Qing asked in astonishment. Host, before crossing over, he was not even as good as an ordinary person, poor and destitute, unable to take care of himself. What kind of talent do you expect from him? He can have his current cultivation level thanks to his check-in system rewarding cultivation level and various treasures. He has little luck because he has just crossed over not long ago, and he does not have the luck plundering aura. His life is all dependent on the system to open up. After hearing the system's explanation, Qing was speechless. He looked at Jiang Yu. He stood calmly, with a courageous look that did not change his face when Mount Tai collapsed in front of him, neither humble nor arrogant. However, it is a piece of rotten stuff inside. Chapter 55 Grass Sword Technique. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Jiang Yu withdrew his gaze, his face as gloomy as water. As long as Qing and Su Qingyue have seats, even Chu Yao, an ordinary inner disciple, has one. He was the only one standing alone in the entire hall. It was as if he, the Holy Son, was an outsider. Such differential treatment made him feel even more humiliated, especially when everyone in the hall looked at him with scrutiny. This silent humiliation was better than the sound. Bullshit Star Temple, don't wait any longer. Jiang Yu was angry. He believed that his talent was unparalleled and he could dominate the contemporary world. He also had a background from an immortal family, so he didn't have to worry about his wealthy spouse. Instead of being annoyed here, it would be better to sever ties with the Star Temple. There is a wider world outside waiting for him to conquer, but before leaving, he had to wash away this shame. Doesn't the Star Temple think that Qing is more evil than him? He wanted to suppress Qing with one sword in front of these elders and slap the Star Temple hard in the face. there are also Su Qingyue and Chu Yao. He has to pay back all the debts he owes to his predecessor. Hall Master, I have a favor to ask. Jiang Yu said indifferently. Explain. The disciple wants Saint Su to return the gifts that the disciple gave me before. Jiang Yu felt that his reputation could still be salvaged, so when he got the items, he would destroy them in public to restore his reputation as a slut and a loser. Laugh, Gu Qing sneered and said righteously. Jiang Xingzi, please forgive me, whatever you give to others belongs to them. If you really want it, then I'm sorry, my junior sister is not familiar with you and will not give you a copper plate. He directly characterized the matter, leaving no way for Jiang Yu to retreat. Yes. We, Qingyue, didn't lie to you. It was you who begged Qingyue to accept it willingly. Why are you so embarrassed to come back now? Chu Yao answered. That's weird. Could it be that the Jiang family is so poor that they can't take the blame, so you, the young patriarch, have to come out to beg? The white-haired elder Wang said with a smile, this old guy. The other elders' faces twitched, and the older they got, the more venomous their mouths became. Jiang Yu's face turned livid, his momentum exploded, and his awe-inspiring sword intent shot straight into the sky. He looked at the peerless goddess sitting on the throne and said word by word, Palace. Master, can't you even satisfy this small request of a disciple? Your request is a private matter and has nothing to do with the Star Temple. Please make another one. Jiang Yu said in a cold tone. Okay. Jiang Yu laughed angrily. It seems that his image is irreparable. If that's the case, then he won't pretend anymore. The disciple wants to withdraw from the Star Temple. Is it possible? As soon as these words came out, all the elders were stunned. Those who become Star Temple must either die or continue to serve the Star Temple. This was the first time they had seen anyone dare to quit the clan. Isn't Jiang Yu afraid of death? Or do you think the Jiang family can protect him? Ridiculous. It's over. Protector Jiang Yu, who was guarding outside the hall, was frightened to death when he heard this. Jiang Yu practiced the Sun Tao Sutra and the Star Tao Sutra of the Star Temple, as well as many peerless magical powers and secret techniques. He also took the magic weapon from the Star Temple, the treasures of heaven and earth, etc. How could the Star Temple let Jiang Yu leave alive? I'm afraid something big will happen to the Jiang family. At this thought, Jiang Fangqing suddenly felt cold all over and looked at Jiang Yu in disbelief. Rebellion is a taboo in the spiritual world, and those who violate it will die. He couldn't understand why Jiang Yu didn't even know such basic rules. They had already taught Jiang Yu these basic knowledge. Could it be that Jiang Yu slipped through the net? Jiang Fangqing couldn't wait to rush in and block Jiang Yu's mouth, and then write these basic knowledge into Jiang Yu's brain. However, Jiang Yu had already spoken, and no matter what he did, it was too late. She was not surprised at all that Jiang Yu chose to leave the Star Temple. Jiang Yu is an ignorant person who is extremely arrogant. The little ant dares to ask the sky for a fight, and she won't be surprised if Jiang Yu says anything shocking. He was a dead man anyway. Jiang Yu was too lazy to argue with him. Jiang Fangqing tremblingly sent the news back to his ancestors, asking for a decision. Good. Jiang Yu, who was not aware that he was about to die, put his hands behind his back, looked at Gu Qing with cold eyes, and spoke calmly. I, Jiang Yu, have a sword that can defeat all my peers. Do you dare to take it? Okay, then I'll give you a ride. After all, we are fellow countrymen. His Fang Tianhua Ji was already hungry and thirsty. Although 52 has little luck, the mosquito legs are still meat no matter how small they are. Come on, ancestor, wake up quickly and watch the show. Ancestor, Nizi, in the starry sky, Jiang Yu looked indifferent, with a look of disdain on everything. I will suppress the realm and fight with you in the same realm. He wanted to use his absolute strength to suppress the successors of the Star Temple and make the Star Temple regret its wrong decision of giving up on him. There was a glimmer of light in Jiang Fangqing's eyes. Maybe there was a glimmer of hope for Jiang Yu to defeat Gu Qing. He sent a message: you can only win this battle but not lose. You must worship in the Star Temple again, otherwise you will die. Jiang Yu frowned, then relaxed his brows, not taking it seriously. Although the Star Temple has a profound foundation, his Jiang family also has a saintly ancestor and a clan artifact. I don't believe that the Star Temple will start an immortal war for a trivial matter. Besides, didn't Jiang Yu agree to his withdrawal from the sect? Whatever you want. Gu Qing was too lazy to talk nonsense with a dead man, and immediately used the Star God Fist to kill him with one punch. The majestic fist crushed over, and Jiang Yu was no longer calm in an instant, and a fatal crisis rose in his heart. This punch has the power to kill him? Impossible, it must be an illusion. He is the 8th level of the Void Dao realm, and even Xuanhuang, who has never lost in the universe, was killed by him. How could Gu Qing, who is the 1st level of the Void Dao realm, kill him with one punch? As the fist imprint came, Jiang Yu had no time to think about it, and the fear of death emerged in his heart. He instinctively sacrificed the Xuanhuang Mother Qi Cauldron. The Xuanhuang Mother Qi Cauldron is still a supreme weapon at present, but it has the potential to grow into an immortal weapon. Therefore, the defense and power of Xuanhuang Mother Qi Ding are much stronger than ordinary supreme weapons. Boom! Gu Qing blasted Xuanhuang Mother Qi Ding away with one punch. Jiang Yu was also blown away dozens of miles by the aftermath of the magical power, and there was disbelief in his eyes. It was not an illusion. If it weren't for Xuanhuang Mother Qi Ding, Gu Qing would have killed him with one punch, but he couldn't figure out how could the Void Dao realm shake Xuanhuang Mother Qi Ding. Jiang Yu shook his head, unable to accept that someone was more awesome than him. Xuanhuang Mother Qi Ding. How can there be Xuanhuang Mother Qi in the low-level plane? He exclaimed, quick, you must grab it. This is the root of the Mother Qi of all things. If her cubs soak in Xuanhuang Mother Qi Ding since childhood, their physique and comprehension will be sublimated. Good, Gu Qing knew without asking that Xuanhuang Mother Qi Ding must have been obtained by Jiang Yu from the system. Now it's his. Buzz. A giant palm suddenly appeared, surrounded by the sun, moon and stars, with billions of runes surging and endless starlight gathering. The palm held the sun, moon and stars, and it was as gorgeous as a galaxy in the universe. Bang! The star-picking hand tightly grasped the Xuanhuang Mother Qi Ding, condensed without dispersing, and then shrank rapidly, and was taken into the Qiankuan sword by Gu Qing. The star-picking hand can catch the sun, moon and stars, and even as long as the cultivation is sufficient, it can catch a vast ancient star of life. Although the Xuanhuang Mother Qi Ding is a supreme weapon, the person using it is not the supreme. No matter how powerful the magic weapon is, it depends on who is using it. Once the star-picking hand catches the magic weapon, it can cut off the connection with the owner. Puff! The soul imprint on the Xuanhuang Mother Qi Ding was erased, and Jiang Yu's soul was instantly injured, spitting out a mouthful of blood. Give me back the Xuanhuang Mother Qi Ding. Jiang Yu's eyes were broken. The Xuanhuang Mother Qi Ding is his strongest magic weapon, and it is also his future-proof treasure. Waste. Even if Jiang Yu got the system, he still couldn't change his nature of being a waste. He can't do anything except pretending. Just now, he clearly felt the power of the Star God Fist, but he was still distracted. The Xuanhuang Mother Qi Cauldron was blown away, but he didn't recall it immediately, and he was still doubting his life. Jiang Yu's fighting will and experience are equivalent to nothing. You can't see anything in the crushing game, but once he encounters an opponent of the same level, his waste nature is immediately exposed. Jiang Yu is not a little worse than Xuanhuang. Such a waste can actually kill Xuanhuang. Gu Qing even cried out for Xuanhuang. Thinking of this, Gu Qing's hands did not stop moving at all, and the reincarnation divine halberd crossed the sky, wrapped with a trace of space power, and destroyed all directions. Sword Qi rolls the dragon wall, and kills the dragon where there is a dragon. The void trembled, the sword energy rushed into the sky, and the infinite sword energy rolled like a dragon, as if it crushed the void. However, under the power of destroying the 8 wastelands, the sword dragon seemed as small as a loach, and was destroyed by the mighty halberd in an instant. Seeing this, Jiang Yu's mentality collapsed again. His sword dragon wall had defeated many true disciples of the Star Temple, and even Xuanhuang had to go all out. However, in front of Gu Qing, it was as weak as paper, fragile and small. Feeling the crisis of death, Jiang Yu did not dare to be arrogant this time, and immediately used the 7-star sword formation, and the 7 stars merged into one. Boom! Jiang Yu was chopped away by a halberd, and his heavenly magic robe was broken, and his body was covered with blood. The seven-star sword was also covered with cracks, trembling, and the light was dim. Obviously, the seven heavenly magic weapons were seriously damaged and could no longer be used. Jiang Yu immediately swallowed a few healing pills and looked at Gu Qing with horror. At this moment, he had to admit a fact that he had encountered a monster. After all, he had never heard of anyone being able to break a heavenly magic weapon in the Void Dao realm. Even the saint body, which was said to be unparalleled in the flesh, could only catch the magic weapon with his bare hands. It was not even a little bit away from destroying the magic weapon. All is over. The hope in Jiang Fangcheng's heart was completely shattered. At the same time, he finally understood why the Star Temple looked down on Jiang Yu. With such a peerless monster around, what was Jiang Yu? Buzz. Gu Qing was bathed in the bright starlight, surrounded by stars, like a god. He didn't waste any words and directly used the Star God Fist, intending to send his fellow villager to his death with one punch. Seeing the boundless power of the Star God Fist, Jiang Yu took a breath and roared. Chao Zi sword art. A small grass emerged in the starry sky, bursting out with a sword intent that shocked the world and made ghosts weep, as if it split the void, cut down the sun, moon and stars, and wanted to create the world. Jiang Yu didn't believe it. Even the supreme magical power of the grass sword technique couldn't kill Gu Qing. He was very grateful in his heart. Fortunately, after reaching the top of the Avenue of Stars, he signed in the grass sword technique, otherwise he would have been defeated today. This is the sword intent of opening the sky. There is something strange. He was alert in his heart and was ready to attack at any time. The power of the grass sword technique is not this small grass, but the sword intent of opening the sky contained in the grass. But the sword intent of opening the sky is not something that can be comprehended and mastered by the Void Dao realm. At least it takes the cultivation of the divine fire realm to barely comprehend it. I suspected whether Jiang Yu also had the soul of a strong man to help him display the sword intent of opening the sky. The ancestors lying in the coffin also thought of it, and their consciousness scanned Jiang Yu obscurely. Boom. One punch broke all laws. The sword of creation was wiped out, but it also consumed 90% of the power of the star-fighting divine fist. Even so, the remaining power was still able to knock Jiang Yu and the kingly cauldron he sacrificed away. Ahem. Ancestor, save me. Chapter 56 Jiang Yu's Death, Xuanhuang Pearl. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Ancestor, save me. Jiang Yu screamed in fear and fled with his seriously injured body. The great fear of death enveloped his heart. For Jiang Yu, who had died once, it was simply too terrifying. At this moment, he was disheveled, blood all over his body, and ran desperately in the starry sky, looking as miserable as a dog. After all, he was just an ordinary person. Indifference and indifference were just pretending. At this time, death was coming, and Jiang Yu couldn't pretend at all. It's unbearable to look at. Jiang Yu shook his head. Jiang Yu's fearless attitude deceived her. However, after a big battle, his cowardly and incompetent nature was immediately exposed. She was glad that she didn't accept Jiang Yu, and outsiders didn't know that she wanted to accept a disciple. Otherwise, this face would be lost. Stupid. He happily hugged the Xuanhuang mother Qi Ding, and didn't forget to despise Jiang Yu. With such an important treasure in his body, he didn't know how to use it. If it was Gu Qing, he would have absorbed the Xuanhuang mother Qi to temper his body and transformed his void god body and pure yang Dao bone into the Xuanhuang body. Going one step further, that is the Xuanhuang saint body. This is the strongest physique, which is even stronger than the Zhoutian star god body. In addition, Jiang Yu did not tap into the void god body and pure yang Dao bone, as if these two physiques were just for show. If Jiang Yu had tapped into one or two void god body talents, he would not be so passive. But to be honest, Jiang Yu's swordsmanship is very strong, but she saw at a glance that this was not something Jiang Yu had cultivated himself. It was more like a magical power imprinted into his body by a strong man. Is this really the Zhoutian star god body? The elders were a little skeptical about life. They looked through the history books and could not find a Zhoutian star god body similar to Gu Qing. That terrifying and boundless blood and energy was not even as good as a divine beast. The terrifying Kaitian sword intent was shattered by a punch, perfect interpretation of breaking all laws with one force. It is indeed the Zhoutian star god body. or rather, this is the real Zhoutian star god body. Palace Master, what do you mean by that? Do you know how vast the universe is? I don't know. The Zhoutian star god body contains the origin of the universe and stars, and has unlimited potential. The previous Zhoutian star god body has not tapped the true potential of the Zhoutian star god body. Is that so? Of course, look at his boxing. Does it contain the meaning of the Zhoutian stars? That everyone thought about it carefully. It really is. The star god fist gathers the power of the Zhoutian stars, and the body turns into thousands of stars, and the previous Zhoutian star god body only developed 7 stars. Wait and see, this is just the beginning for him. He will definitely tap into more terrifying innate magical powers. Jiang Yu said with certainty, looking at the starry sky. The stars in the sky appeared in her eyes. The world was born and destroyed, as if she was deducing some kind of invincible method. Everyone looked at each other in bewilderment. What kind of magical power is stronger than the star god fist? If this was not said by Jiang Yu, they would not believe it even if they were beaten to death. After all, turning into thousands of stars is already against the will of heaven. This requires not only sufficient cultivation, but also an extremely strong physique and soul, which can control thousands of magical incarnations. They are gifted and have studied the 7-star fist and the 7-star sword for a lifetime, and then taken countless treasures to strengthen the soul, so that they can differentiate the 6 magical incarnations. Qing star god fist seems to be within common sense, but it violates common sense. They simply cannot succeed in acquired cultivation. Thinking of this, an elder changed the subject and spoke hesitantly. Palace Master, what's the matter with Jiang Yu's Kaitian sword intention? It's not something he cultivated. Jiang Yu shook his head. It is impossible for Jiang Yu to cultivate the Kaitian sword intention. There is no trace of the Kaitian sword intention in Jiang Yu's Tao and Fa. In this case, there is only one possibility, that the sword of opening the sky is imprinted in Jiang Yu's body by a strong man. That's a pity. The inheritance of the strong, they can't take it by force. Brother is so terrifying. Su Qingyue murmured, her beautiful eyes shining. Indeed. Chu Yao nodded. Gu Qing's strength is as she expected, unmatched. Humph, thought the star-picking hand appeared again, spanning hundreds of thousands of miles, and fell on Jiang Yu's head in an instant. No. Jiang Yu roared in despair, and slashed out with a sword with all his strength, but he couldn't shake the star-picking hand at all. Boundless power descended. Jiang Yu seemed to be crushed by countless stars, squeezing his body out of shape. His face was hideous and twisted, and blood was gushing. The fear of death spread wildly in his heart. Did you break Zhang Yang's magic weapon? But when he was dying, Jiang Yu suddenly thought of Zhang Yang's words. The world is not settled, you and I are all cattle and horses. At that time, he thought Zhang Yang was wrong. Now it seems that he is right. They fought to the death for the position of the Holy Sun. Even if they got it, it would be nothing more than a cow or a horse that Gu Qing slaughtered at will. It's rare that you finally happened. Gu Qing loosened his strength a little, opened the system, glanced at the system information, and did not receive the reminder of plundering luck. It seems that the super anti-armor is as its name suggests. The super anti-damage thorn armor is very stable. If so, Jiang Yu was cold all over. Gu Qing could even blow up the king's weapon. Ridiculous. He still thought he could suppress Gu Qing with one sword. Puff. Gu Qing pierced him with a halberd, and then raised it. No. Jiang Yu vomited blood, holding the Fang Tianhua Ji tightly with both hands. He screamed in horror, Ancestor, why don't you save me? He didn't want to die. He really didn't want to die. He had a supreme divine body and a sign-in system, destined to become a supreme existence. Eternal life was waiting for him. The supreme scenery was also waiting for him. How could he die? Why didn't I save you? Can't you find the reason in yourself? Jiang Fangqing suddenly appeared, his face pale, and his voice trembling as he scolded. First he betrayed the sect, and now he lost, and he still wanted to escape. What are you thinking? Even if their Jiang family's divine fire realm ancestor was resurrected, he couldn't save Jiang Yu, unless, boom. A mighty holy power descended, and the boundless starry sky seemed to be still. With a sacred aura, and a peerless figure emerged. hazy with sacred glory, she seemed to be a god from ancient times. The world was centered on her, and all kinds of laws emerged around her, ancient and mysterious. Jiang Yu just opened his eyes and looked at Jiang Fangcheng, and the latter trembled all over, his body aged at a speed visible to the naked eye, and then turned into dust and scattered. So strong. Gu Qing's eyes flashed with desire. Jiang Fangcheng was at the peak of the venerable realm, and he died without leaving any residue after being looked at. Jiang Yu paused. It was rare to meet a man who was impressed by her strength. It seemed that her stunning beauty was not worth mentioning in Gu Qing's eyes. She looked at Gu Qing, and her figure gradually faded. In a blink of an eye, she disappeared without a trace, and the starry sky returned to calm, as if Jiang Yu had never appeared. It seems that no one can save you. Then you are dead. Gu Qing retracted his gaze. His voice, in Jiang Yu's ears, sounded like a devil whispering. No, I'm the young patriarch of the Jiang family. You can't kill me. Do you want to start immortality? Jiang Yu said sternly. Immortal battle? Ha ha ha. Gu Qing was amused. It seems that Jiang Yu hasn't figured out the situation yet, and still thinks that his background is invincible. He was too lazy to talk nonsense with him. He picked up the halberd and carried Jiang Yu to his own cave. After looting Jiang Yu's treasures, he crushed his bones and scattered his ashes. Jiang Yu had a lot of good things, including top-grade pills, treasure medicines, king medicines, heaven-level magic weapons, king weapons, etc. to improve his cultivation. He even had a holy medicine. Jiang Yu was rich. He was richer than 99% of the supreme realm. Gu Qing put all the holy medicines, king medicines, and treasure medicines into the golden gourd, and melted them into treasure liquid with the flesh and blood of monsters. All the high-end goods were used this time. Gu Qing only drank a sip, and his cultivation and physical body were rapidly improved. One day later, Gu Qing stopped practicing. Name, Gu Qing, realm, the second level of the Void Dao realm, constitution, Supreme Dao Bone, Chaos Star Body, talent, Born Dao Seed, unprecedented. Fate, variable, destiny, unknown, luck, 373,000, innate magical powers, Chaos Aquarius Seal, Yin-Yang Wheel, Star Picking Hand, Chaos Return to Ruins Sword Art, Star Shattering Finger, Star Fighting Divine Fist, Magic Powers, Destroy the 8 Wastelands, minor success, Space Transfer, minor success, Magic Weapon, Samsara Divine Halberd, Golden Gourd, Space Divine Pattern, Sunglasses, Cosmic Tower, Strange Fire, Heart of Ice and Fire, Innate Spiritual Root, 9-colored Soul Lotus. Skills, Chaos Immortal Sutra. The cultivation level has broken through to the second level of the Void Dao realm, and the Chaos Sword Art has evolved into the Chaos Return to Ruins Sword Art. Not bad. System, give me a lottery. Congratulations to the host for obtaining the innate spiritual treasure, Xuanhuang Pearl. Gu Qing hurriedly checked the wonderful use of Xuanhuang Pearl. Xuanhuang Pearl has unparalleled defense. Hanging above the head, it is invincible. At the same time, it can also derive Xuanhuang Mother Qi, cleanse the qualifications. Even a useless person who can't practice can finally be cleansed into Xuanhuang Holy Body. Xuanhuang Holy Body is the supreme divine body second only to the Chaos Body, and is stronger than the Zhoutian Xingchen Divine Body. Thinking of this, Gu Qing took Xuanhuang Pearl into his body, and Xuanhuang Pearl emitted a wisp of Xuanhuang, cleansing and strengthening his body. With Xuanhuang Pearl, I can become stronger in the future. The protagonist is indeed his adoptive father. Gu Qing walked out of the cave happily. Ji Ning, help me find some low-level spiritual medicines. I want to make pills. Make pills. Ji Ning was stunned for a moment, and then began to do it. Find a bunch of spiritual medicines below level 3. Gu Qing went to the treasure house to take a heavenly magic alchemy furnace, and began to make pills in a proper manner. There are 5 steps in alchemy. First, purify the spiritual medicine into liquid medicine, and then fuse them one by one according to the medicinal properties of the spiritual medicine, because the medicinal properties of spiritual medicine contain violent liquid medicine. The fusion process is very dangerous. If you are not careful, the medicinal properties will conflict, and serious explosions will occur. Less serious ones will cause the medicinal properties to be lost, or deteriorate and become waste. After all are fused into spiritual liquid, start to purify the spiritual liquid with special secret methods. The purity of the liquid medicine is directly linked to the quality of the spiritual pill, then the pills are divided according to the proportion. The general prescription is 9 spiritual pills. Of course, if the technology is not enough and the liquid medicine is lost during the refining process, how many portions of liquid medicine are divided depends on the situation. The last step is to melt it into spiritual pills. This step is the easiest and the most difficult. It is easy to refine low-grade pills, but to melt it into a top-grade pill, it involves the theory of pills. Qing opened the Xuanhuan sword restriction, and while refining the elixir, he asked He questions and told her his views on the principles of elixir. He remained silent throughout the process. She watched Qing's elixir refining techniques flow smoothly, relaxed and comfortable, and he also had more profound insights. If she hadn't known that it was Qing's first time refining the elixir, she would have suspected that Qing was an elixir master. Oh, you're right. He came back to her senses and was forced to take up the identity of an immortal elixir master and teach Qing to refine the elixir. 3 days later, Qing became a 3rd-grade elixir master and could refine a 3rd-grade top-grade elixir. Only an elixir master who can refine a top-grade elixir can be called a master. 1 month later, Qing became a 6th-grade master. 3 months later, Qing became a 9th-grade master. It took Qing only more than 4 months to achieve a goal that others would struggle for their entire lives. What's going on? Isn't Qing, the true disciple of Goddess Peak, a Taoist fanatic? Why is he obsessed with alchemy now? I don't know either. Recently, the rumor that Qing is obsessed with alchemy has gone viral. No one understands why Qing is refining alchemy when he is fine. It is really puzzling that he would leave the right path and take a shortcut. It can't be that he lacks resources. It's impossible. There are only 3 disciples in Goddess Peak, and no one is interested in the spiritual medicines and precious medicines all over the mountains. There are even many Qing medicines that are tens of thousands of years old. Jiang will definitely not be able to use them, aren't they, for the 3 brothers and sisters? But they were only shocked for a few days, and they wanted Qing to refine alchemy every day. The reason is that the spiritual pills refined by Qing are all top-grade pills without side effects. With such a master here, who dares not let Qing refine pills, they will be angry with him. What a clever and studious little fellow. You have an unprecedented talent for alchemy, but it's a pity that you have to take Jiang as your master. Jiang picked up a 9th-grade elixir, and the more he looked at it, the more he felt sorry. She is also an alchemist, and a divine alchemist who can refine elixir patterns. She is also a weapon refiner, a talisman maker, and a formation master. Palace master, I have something else to do, so I'll take my leave first. Qing wanted to slip away. I don't know what's wrong with Jiang. In the past few months, he has been running to him from time to time, and stayed for a whole day, teach him the art of alchemy. It made Qing feel a little uncomfortable. After all, Jiang and Jiang are mortal enemies, which is a well-known fact. As a disciple of Jiang, Qing must keep a distance. After all, he doesn't have the fate of the protagonist, and doesn't have the aura of the protagonist's intelligence reduction. If you want to be on good terms with both sides, don't offend both sides, and what Jiang said was obviously hinting that he should change his sect. Where do you want to go? To find Qingyue to collect folk songs. Chapter 57. It's finally time to make it. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Where do you want to go? Go to Qingyue to collect wind. Jiang eyes were as tender as water, and her beautiful eyes seemed to be affectionate even when she looked at a dog. It was hard not to fall into her gentleness, adding her heavenly voice. It is estimated that no one can resist it, but Qing resisted. He shook his head and said, "No, I want to go out for training." Collecting wind for nothing, the two of them are almost like mother and daughter. Since the alchemy, Su Qingyue and Chuyao often come here, and naturally they can't avoid meeting Jiang. I don't know if Su Qingyue lacks maternal love. When she sees Jiang, who has full wife attributes, she wants to hang on her, and Chuyao has already worshipped Jiang as her teacher. He is almost alone in the Star Temple. Are you sure you want to go for training? Jiang's pair of tender eyes were full of smiles. She had always asked Qing to go out for training before, but Qing refused to go. I practiced on my own, can't stand it now. Sure. Gu Qing nodded. Although he has been refining pills for the past few months, his cultivation has also been growing rapidly, and he has broken through to the peak of the 4th level of the Void Dao realm, and his physique, with the help of the Xuanhuang pearl, his physique is rapidly transforming, sublimating, and evolving into the Xuanhuang bloodline. Now his body is comparable to a Qing weapon, a human-shaped Qing weapon, and he can destroy a Qing weapon with one punch without using the star. Fighting Divine Fist. This time, I went out to train mainly to find Lin Chuqing, to travel together and travel in the bizarre fantasy world. Not forced. Not forced. Palace Master, the disciple will take his leave first. Looking at Gu Qing's fleeing back, Jiang chuckled. You girl, you are really amazing. You keep grinding him all day long. No matter how tough he is, he can't resist your soft and hard grinding. Yes, if it weren't for you, I think he could have stayed in seclusion in the Star Temple until he ascended. I have been in the world for countless years, but I have never seen such a steady person. He doesn't look like a young man at all. He lives like an ancestor. Even those geniuses who are devoted to the Tao will not practice like Gu Qing. They will definitely go out to experience, verify their own Tao and law, experience the various aspects of life, and feel the vastness of the world. Ancestor, you are too kind. We will leave him to you in the future. That's right. We can only rest assured if you take care of him. Ji Meng is too outrageous. Ancestor, don't worry. Jiang Yu will definitely live up to your expectations. Jiang Yu replied and ended the chat with the ancestors. Her eyes moved, and she said leisurely, Ji Ning, if I kidnap her favorite disciple, will she be angry and resentful all day long? That I don't know if she will become a resentful woman, but I will definitely chop you with a knife. Forget it, it's really boring to talk to a blockhead like you. Jiang Yu talked for a while, but Ji Ning didn't answer. He just felt bored and his figure gradually faded until he disappeared. You are the blockhead, a blockhead. This is called great wisdom. The less you say, the less mistakes you make. If you don't say anything, you will be right. Do you understand? Gu Qing quickly refined the void flying boat and glanced at his attribute panel. Name, Gu Qing, Realm, Peak of the 4th level of the Void Dao Realm, Constitution, Supreme Dao Bone, Chaos Star Body, Xuanhuang Bloodline, 15%. Talent, born with Dao Seed, unprecedented in history. Fate, variable, fate, unknown. Luck, 321000, innate magical power, Chaos Aquarius Seal, Yin-Yang Wheel, Star-Picking Hand, Chaos Guishu Sword Art, Star-Breaking Finger, Star-Fighting Divine Fist, Magic Power, Destroy the 8 Desolations, Minor Success, Space Transfer, Minor Success, Magic Weapon, Samsara Divine Halberd, Golden Gourd, Space Divine Pattern, Sunglasses, Cosmic Tower, Xuanhuang Pearl, Void Flying Boat. Strange Fire, Heart of Ice and Fire, Innate Spiritual Root, 9-Colored Soul Lotus, Kung Fu, Chaos. Immortality Sutra. 15%. The evolution is so slow. If the Xuanhuang bloodline evolves to 100%, it will be the Xuanhuang body, and then the Xuanhuang holy body. The Xuanhuang holy body, also called the Heaven and Earth holy body, is a being born to prove the Tao and become a god, second only to the Chaos body. But the Xuanhuang holy body is even more powerful than the Chaos body in some aspects. For example, in terms of combat power, it can get more blessings from the power of the heaven and earth. It is easier to comprehend the great Tao of heaven and earth, and there is no bottleneck in breaking through the realm. In addition, Xuanhuang blood has a universal effect, and the Chaos body is strong in that it can derive 10,000 laws, smelt all laws, and has no upper limit. The two physiques have their own mysteries. Thinking of this, Gu Qing closed the system and met Luo Li as soon as he went out. What's the matter? Yes. There is a rebellion in my empire, but there is only one supreme realm in my Luo royal family, unable to suppress the rebellion, and my fiancé Yi Hao. Luo Li's face was gloomy, and she spoke slowly. Yi Hao's talent was restored, and he grew supreme bone again. His talent was more terrifying than before. In just a few years, he broke through from a waste to the third level of the Void Dao realm. His growth speed was incredible. The Xuanhuang Empire was in a bloody storm, with rebels everywhere and Qing separatist. The king of Zhenbei also rebelled. Yi Zhentian, the king of Zhenbei, is a supreme realm. It is very difficult to kill a supreme realm. At least several supreme realms must be besieged to succeed, not to mention suppressing the other kings. However, she couldn't invite Ji Ning at all, only Gu Qing could. Do you want Ji Ning to go back with you to suppress the rebels? Gu Qing asked thoughtfully. I have been getting along well with Luo Li all these years, and I almost forgot that she is a destined villain. Well, please help me, senior brother. Can. These are some elixirs I refined for my brother. I'll give them to you. Gu Qing readily agreed and gave her dozens of bottles of 5th to 9th grade elixirs. The female villain probably can't defeat the protagonist Yi Hao, so she's probably giving away experience. These elixirs can help her attract many people and last for a while. Gu Qing planned to return to the Central God territory and take Lin Chuqing with him, and then it would not be too late to go to the Eastern territory to find Luo Li. Yi Hao couldn't run away anyway. Thank you, senior brother. Luo Li was a little flattered and surprised inside. When had Gu Qing been so kind to her? When she came to see Gu Qing this time, she had already thought about the price she would pay to ask for Gu Qing's help. In the end, Gu Qing didn't want anything and gave her so many top-quality pills. Maybe the best pills are useless to Gu Qing, and he can have as many as he wants, but this does not affect the value of the best pills at all. Each one is priceless and can be auctioned for a heavenly level. Why are you so polite? You are my junior sister. Gu Qing shook his head. Although Luo Li is a villain, she has always been respectful to him and often gives him gifts. Besides, villains are naturally attracted to protagonists, and Luo Li is of great use to him. No matter what the purpose is, he will still help with this small favor. Thinking about it, Gu Qing warned seriously, your fiancé is weird and cannot be treated with common sense. You must be careful. I know. Luo Li nodded solemnly. Needless to say, Gu Qing would not treat Yi Hao as a normal person. After all, which normal person can break through to the third level of the virtual realm in a few years? Then let's go. I want to go out and practice this time. Ah, King Wanyan Go is going out for training? Luo Li was shocked. Ah, what? Is it weird that I want to go for training? Gu Qing asked in shock. He didn't seem to have done anything when he joined the Star Temple, right? Everyone is working hard to cultivate. Why do everyone think he is a Taoist idiot? The only difference is that he doesn't like those false names. What star list ranking, what a martial arts showdown, go to a secret place to experience treasure hunting. He doesn't need any of this. Everything he wanted, everything the Star Temple could give him was given to him. Well, not surprising. A smile appeared in Luo Li's majestic eyes. Then let's go. Find Ji Ning and explain the situation directly. Ji Ning took out the flying boat without saying a word. Wait, someone else is going. Luo Li quickly sent a message to his followers and suitors, plus their guardians. There are 3 supreme realms in total, the realm of 10 kings. The lineup is quite strong, but Gu Qing has a desire to team up with villains to give away experience. It seems that the powerful lineup can crush the protagonist, but in fact it is just stuck in the protagonist's tolerance. After thinking about it, Gu Qing sent a message to Ji Ning worriedly. Ji Ning, this trip may be dangerous. Don't push yourself. If something goes wrong, leave immediately. Yes. Ji Ning responded expressionlessly, feeling wary in her heart. Even Gu Qing said this. It seems that this trip is not as simple as it seems. There are saints in the eastern region. She digested Gu Qing's smelting method. Although she had broken through to the peak of the Supreme Realm, she was confident that she could defeat the invincible opponent of the Supreme Realm, but facing the Saint Realm, there is only one way to die, and the two are not at the same level at all. Thinking about it, Ji Ning rubbed her fingers and said to herself, don't be afraid, I have a sacred weapon. If you can't defeat him, you can escape. Senior brother. Su Qingyue came against the light, her skirts fluttering, like a fairy coming to the dust. Senior brother, I also want to go to the ancient world. No, the eastern region is too dangerous. No, I'm going to the Northern Territory and back to the Xuanhuang Holy Land. He told his father that they were already married. Su Qingyue didn't say the next sentence, but her cheeks were already slightly red, and she was infinitely beautiful. All the young people in Feizhou could not take their eyes off it. This was their first meeting, and the saintly girl showed a shy posture. I see, let's go in and chat. Gu Qing noticed the looks of the people around him, frowned, and immediately led her into Feizhou's room. No. All the young people immediately put on masks of pain. How could their pure and refined beautiful goddesses be allowed to have their hair cut late by men? Can't accept it at all. Hey, don't look at it. If you can't put it down, someone else may have put it in. Xuanhuan bumped Jiang's shoulder and said through the message. Let go. How can you let me go? I was tempted once, but I lost so completely. Jiang gritted his teeth. The handsome and majestic facial features are slightly distorted, the overbearing and blazing imperial power surged around him, like a furious emperor. Then what do you want? Xuanhuan said with narrowed eyes. Jiang is the prince of the Jinwu dynasty. He has the bloodline of Jinwu and the body of Lai Yang. While having a noble status, he is also extremely powerful in combat. Maybe it can ruin Gu Qing's good deeds. Junior sister Su and I have no chance. Jiang sighed dejectedly. He was not afraid of Gu Qing, but the master warned him not to pester Su Qingyue again, otherwise he would sever the master-disciple relationship with him. Are you willing to watch her become a married woman? What if you are not willing? Do you dare to pester junior sister Su? Don't dare. Then stop talking nonsense here. Is it finally going to happen? Seeing that the room was shielded by the formation, Ji Ning's eyes lit up. The couple who had been dozing for so long were finally going to be a pair. The domineering senior brother stretched out his evil hand to the pure junior sister. It's not easy. Gu Qingdu is so powerful. If he tastes the marrow and tastes the taste, I will be able to hold a cute human cub next year. Chapter 58. The magical effect of the fairy flowing skirt is fully demonstrated. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Junior sister, what I said is right, the fairy flowing skirt is so amazing. No. It doesn't look good, I won't wear it anymore. Su Qingyuang's white face turned red and she looked around at a loss. What a shame, how could the senior brother let her wear the sky rose? Isn't this what a demon witch wears? And what the hell are these hot pants that cover your butt? What's wrong with you? Junior sister, you have a problem with your aesthetics. Don't talk nonsense with your eyes open. Gu Qing was serious, appreciating Xiaonizi's lack of vision with the eyes of an artistic master and severely criticizing her. A pair of straight and well-proportioned long legs, wrapped in black silk, the white and delicate skin is looming. One moment it turns into a fishnet shape, the other moment it turns into letters, and the color changes from black to white, to purple, to gold. Everything that Gu Qing could think of changed the fairy flowing skirt. Let the magic effect of the fairy flowing skirt be fully reflected. But, senior brother, didn't you give me the fairy flowing skirt? Why did you let me wear it after you refined it yourself? Su Qingyue really wanted to escape, but couldn't. The senior brother was so bad that he would not let her go and loved to tease her. Gu Qing asked her to change into more than a dozen different makeup looks: student, teacher, urban beauty, workplace elite, boss, sexy goblin, etc. In the end, I still think the fox outfit with a long skirt looks better. Looking at her is like looking at a unique treasure. Eat the last bite. What do you two senior brothers want from me? On the star observation tower of Feizhou, Luoli looked at the vast starry sky. Sensing the arrival of Jiang and Xuanhuan, she asked in a cold tone without looking back. Wearing a luxurious phoenix skirt with gold patterns, she wrapped her tall and delicate body. Even standing casually, there is a sense of dignity and majesty. Junior sister, what is junior brother Gu's physique? Don't worry, junior sister, we will never disclose it to outsiders. Xuanhuan and Jiang were really curious about what kind of physique Gu Qing had. What kind of talent did Gu Qing possess that allowed Gu Qing to become a 9th-level alchemy master within a few months? I think the two senior brothers want to know more than just what my senior brother's physique is, right? Luoli turned around, with a sneer on her lips. her phoenix eyes stern and imposing. After knowing Gu Qing's physique, will he find an excuse to visit with her? It seems that the two of them still don't give up on Su Qingyue. Men all over the world are indeed the same, eating from the bowl and looking into the pot. No. Junior sister, don't get me wrong, we just want to know what kind of physique he has. Seeing that Luo Li was angry, the two quickly denied it. Although Luo Li's phoenix bloodline is not as good as the Taiyin divine body, it is definitely not weak. If you can become a spiritual couple, both parties will benefit. What's more, Luo Li's appearance is stunning, her temperament is noble, and she has a goddess as her teacher. Gardenia may break through to the divine fire realm at any time. Getting Luo Li was equivalent to indirectly getting help from a person in the divine fire realm. Precisely because of this benefit, when I received Luo Li's invitation, I came over without hesitation. In that case, please come back, two senior brothers. Luo Li turned around without giving any face to the two of them. Despite being humble and respectful in front of Gu Qing, she was fearless in front of outsiders. They are just two ants with evil intentions, and they will be kicked away after taking advantage of them. After Xuanhuan and Jiang left, they remembered with annoyance that they wanted to force Luo Li to reveal Gu Qing's physique. After all, Luo Li needs their help now, but why was Luo Li dismissed with just a few words? Senior brother, it's a beautiful time, I wish you a good time. Luo Li murmured, her consciousness scanning the top-grade pill given by Gu Qing back and forth, her face beaming with joy. With so many elixirs, you can attract many followers. Being friends with Gu Qing is indeed a wise choice. Although she wished that Gu Qing would die, then she would be the most powerful genius in the Star Temple. But just think about this kind of thing, unless she is crazy, she would meet Gu Qing too alone. I don't want the position of saintess anymore. If I establish a good relationship with my senior brother, I will only get more. Luo Li thought to herself. In the past, she was too small-minded and only focused on the position of saint. For this reason, she also thought of many ways to frame Su Qingyue. However, the position of a saint is just like that. She is a direct disciple of Gardenia. She has all the saints have. Why should she fight against the same disciple for the sake of a reputation? If Xi Meng and Gu Qing are displeased, then the gain outweighs the loss. Senior brother's talent in alchemy is unparalleled in the world. If you can use it for me. Luo Lifeng narrowed her eyes slightly, and countless poisonous schemes emerged in her heart. She had misjudged Gu Qing before, thinking that Gu Qing was devoted to seeking enlightenment, so she gave up on seducing Gu Qing. I didn't expect it to be so. With her world-famous beauty, isn't it easy for Gu Qing to become her servant? She can stand out in places like deep palaces where people eat people without spitting out their bones. She is very skilled in how to control people's hearts. Thinking of this, Luo Li felt very good. The next day, Luo Li dressed up carefully and put on the jersey that she had treasured for a long time. Come to Gu Qing confidently. This is a painstaking work that she asked the master to carefully refine. It can be called a man-killing artifact. I don't believe Gu Qing can withstand it. Ji Ning, who was sitting in the control room, saw Luo Li in the projection, and her eyes suddenly showed surprise. Luo Li was really too abnormal at this time. She was smiling, wearing a gorgeous dress inlaid with tiny gems, with a slender waist and fluttering ribbons. Her skin was whiter than snow, and it was white with a faint glow. She had changed her style from the empress to a noble princess, with a charming face and a noble air. Could it be that Luo Li is also interested in Gu Qing? I can't tell, I'm not sure, let's wait and see. Ji Ning observed secretly. Has senior brother not come out yet? Luo Li saw the retreat do not disturb sign hanging high in the room and the formation was activated, and she was immediately disappointed. However, food and sex are also human nature, she understood. On the third day, Luo Li dressed up again and came over with full confidence. It's normal to be greedy for pleasure when you have tasted the marrow. She understood and left again. On the fourth day, she left after saying junior sister is stunningly beautiful, and senior brother is young and strong. On the fifth day, Luo Li's eyes showed a thoughtful look. She felt that Gu Qing was of the same kind as her, ruthless and dedicated to pursuing the great way. How could he be so obsessed with women? She left in confusion. On the sixth day, Luo Li arrived as expected. Looking at the closed door, she frowned. It shouldn't be. Is senior brother a lustful person? On the 7th day, Luoli came and left with a blank expression. On the 8th day, her face was as gloomy as water. Is senior brother a lustful ghost? Senior brother must be a lustful ghost. Why hasn't senior brother come out yet? Luoli was angry. She came every day with full expectations and returned disappointed. She was so angry that she wanted to kill someone. There is no hope, lustful maniac, I really misjudged you. Luoli left angrily and decided to come again tomorrow. She didn't believe that Gu Qing could die in bed. Ji Ning's face changed constantly, and she looked at Luoli with a hard-to-speak expression. I can't tell. She usually pretends not to care. Now she must feel very uncomfortable seeing her beloved man doing this with another woman. How pitiful. There is one more sad person in the world. She saw the changes in Luoli's expression in the past few days, from the joy at the beginning to the sadness and anger now. Luoli must want to cry now, right? Chapter 59 Senior Brother Deserves to Die. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Brother, this is too precious, I can't take it. Seeing the treasure liquid, Su Qingyue just took a breath of the diffused breath, and felt that her body was sublimating. Such a treasure, and there was so much. Su Qingyue felt her heart trembling. Just take it if I give it to you. No, brother, I really can't take it, brother, please take it back. Su Qingyue pursed her lips and refused to take it stubbornly, because she knew that the treasure liquid was also very important to Gu Qing. At the same time, she also knew that the reason why Gu Qing's body was so terrifying was mostly because of these treasure liquids, but she would never dream that these treasure liquids were not precious to Gu Qing. He had so much that he couldn't use it up. Okay, since you don't want to take it, let's sit down and talk slowly. I'll treat you to fish, and we'll eat and talk. Gu Qing rubbed her black and smooth hair and said so. Ah, come again. Finally, after eating, Su Qingyue compromised. Brother, do you really have a lot of treasure liquid? She still asked worriedly. It's not much, but it's enough for us to use. You should also give half to your father-in-law and tell him to keep it secret and use it only for himself. Gu Qing is still willing to give up for his own people. As for the exposure issue, sorry, he is not the protagonist. How can the secrets in the world be so easy to expose? Thank you, senior brother. Su Qingyue was instantly moved to tears. The person she wanted to repay most in this life was her father Su Wu. Su Wu raised her with great difficulty, but she couldn't be filial to him. This time, in addition to telling Su Wu that they were married, she also presented the natural treasures she had collected over the years to Su Wu. However, the natural treasures she collected, except for the 3 lights divine water, were nothing in front of the treasure liquid. Why are you being polite to me? Gu Qing pinched her fair cheeks. It is indeed not easy for the father-in-law to raise such a juicy cabbage. Gu Qing naturally wants to help within his ability. Senior brother. Su Qingyue said coquettishly and slapped the big hand that was making trouble. I'll teach you a technique. Su Qingyue had become his woman, so Gu Qing was relieved to pass on the immortal heaven technique to her. Time passed quickly, and Gu Qing taught everything he knew, explaining the secrets of the immortal heaven technique to Su Qingyue, or taking her to study the knowledge inherited from human civilization. Time passed quickly. The flying boat first arrived in the northern region, and Gu Qing stayed in the moon-watching Holy Land for a few days. Before leaving, Gu Qing asked Ni for a god-level technique suitable for Su Wu to practice, and a few magical powers to pass on to Su Wu. Su Wu was stunned. He stared blankly at Gu Qing driving the void-flying boat away. God-level techniques and top-level magical powers were given to him just like that? Isn't that a bit hasty? Are God-level techniques and top-level magical powers not worth mentioning in Gu Qing's eyes? When did the treasures that countless people dream of become so worthless? Father, what's wrong with you? Su Qingyue smiled like a flower, looking at Su Wu, her eyebrows and eyes full of admiration. Nothing, nothing. Su Wu's voice trembled a little, and there were storms in his heart. His daughter married a god, very good, much better than her mother's vision. Your senior brother is unparalleled in the world. In the future, you must regard your husband as the sky, and don't be petty. Father. Su Qingyue's cheeks flushed, stamped her feet, turned around and ran away. What does it mean to regard your husband as the sky? Is it useful for her to resist? Senior brother is so domineering and bad, she doesn't want it. Silly girl. Su Wu smiled and shook his head. He knew his daughter's temper very well. She seemed cold, but that was only toward strangers. In fact, she was well-behaved and sensible. Even if he didn't say it, Su Qingyue would regard Gu Qing as the main thing. Thinking of it, Su Wu's cold heart became hot again. His daughter has grown up and has a good home, so he should do his own thing. Brother, you deserve to die. Gu Qing's room was empty. Luo Li's peerless face was flushed, and she spoke word by word through her teeth. She couldn't figure it out. Why did she, who had a beautiful face, always lose before she even started? When she first met Gu Qing, she didn't give her a chance to show her charm. Now they are on the same flying boat, and she doesn't give her a chance to show her charm. When Gu Qing arrived at the moon-watching Holy Land, he didn't even say goodbye. Ji Ning, why didn't you tell me when brother got off the flying boat? Luo Li was so angry that she wanted to stab someone when she thought about how she had been waiting for 35 days and didn't even see a shadow of a person. Alas, there are beautiful women everywhere in the world. Why do you have to love a flower so much? Ji Ning sighed softly, feeling that it was not worth it for Luo Li. Luo Li has unparalleled talent. She has only been in the Star Temple for a few years, but she has already broken through to the 5th level of the Void Dao realm, breaking through faster than Gu Qing. Her combat power is also unparalleled. She has defeated some senior disciples. She has the potential to be the #1 prodigy in the Star Temple, and Luo Li is stunningly beautiful. Such a talented and beautiful girl, what kind of man can she not want? I am in love with my senior brother. Luo Li's beautiful eyes widened, and her body trembled with anger. I am not. Don't talk nonsense. She is determined to be ruthless and loveless, to ascend to the fairyland and achieve the supreme existence. How could she possibly like Gu Qing? This is simply a huge insult. Okay, I understand. Ji Ning sighed. The love of young people, clearly in love but unwilling to admit it. She understands too well. It seems that the Star Temple will have another pair of lovers who are entangled in love and hate. Stop. What do you understand? Explain it to me clearly. Luo Li has never been so frustrated in her life. She obviously just wanted to capture Gu Qing, but people thought she was deeply in love, but she couldn't explain it clearly. Luo Li secretly hated her in her heart. Damn senior brother, prepare to welcome her thunderous wrath. Next time they meet, she will definitely make Gu Qing fall at her feet. The divine realm in the ancient world, Zuoxianju. Just because Lin Chuqing came, the room was directly full, and the famous geniuses and monsters in the divine realm gathered together. Even the restaurants in the whole city were overcrowded. Some people wanted to admire Lin Chuqing's divine face and fairy appearance. Some people wanted to see what kind of talent Lin Chuqing, who defeated the #1 prodigy in the central god realm, possessed. Brother, have you seen Fairy Lin's divine face? No. I heard that Fairy Lin has a divine face and fairy-like appearance, and her talent is unparalleled in the world. The descendants of the 8 great families fell in love with her at first sight and vowed not to marry anyone other than Fairy Lin in this life. That's right. I also heard that the patriarchs of the 8 great families actually agreed unanimously and said that they were willing to use holy artifacts and countless treasures as betrothal gifts. I really don't know what charm Fairy Lin has. In the restaurant, young geniuses discussing Lin Chuqing can be seen everywhere, and their eyes can't stop envy. That's a holy artifact, and countless treasures. The family treasures can be taken at will. I'm afraid their descendants don't have this honor. In order to marry Lin Chuqing into their family, these immortal ancient families are really crazy. I'd say this is something you can't envy. Fairy Lin is only in her 20s, but she has already achieved the 5th level of cultivation in the Void Dao realm. She even defeated Shi Yihan, who was at the peak of the 9th level of the Void Dao realm. It's no exaggeration to say that she is a contemporary goddess. She is destined to become a god in the future, and even ascend to the fairyland. If you have the talent of Fairy Lin, you will definitely have such an honor. A young man with a delicate face took a sip of wine, and a disdainful smile appeared on the corner of his mouth. Fellow Taoist, you have a point. But I heard that Fairy Lin already has a fiancé, and this time she came to Zhuxianzhu to wait for her fiancé to arrive. As soon as he said this, the young man with a delicate face froze his smile on his face, and crushed the wine glass into powder. On the other side, 9 dragons pulled a small palace, shining brightly, and fairy music resounded through the clouds, rolling across the sky. Young master, Lin Chuqing is really ungrateful. She has repeatedly rejected my Shi family's marriage proposals. This time, she even publicly wanted to meet her fiancé. It's clear that she doesn't take you seriously. No problem. Shi Yihan chuckled and didn't care. He was free and easy, he had a handsome face, a tall body, and a smile on his lips, giving people a feeling of being bathed in spring breeze. I like Chuqing, not because of her appearance and talent, but because of her frankness and sincerity. But the road is ruthless. If you want to achieve something, you can't do without money, friends, and land. I believe Chuqing will understand. What do you plan to do, young master? I will defeat Gu Qing and let Chuqing see who is her true love. The first show was lonely, the volume did not increase or decrease, and my heart was cold. Those who like this book, the newbies beg you to urge for more updates. It is better to leave a comment, and then ask for a follow-up update. I heard that this can increase the volume. I will work hard tonight, and make 10,000 yuan tomorrow, and code 200,000 yuan as. Chapter 60 The Damn Bad Boy. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Young master is wise. The followers praised him, looking at Shi Yihan with fanatical eyes. Although Shi Yihan lost to Lin Chuqing, it does not mean that Shi Yihan is weak. Shi Yihan has been the #1 prodigy in the Central God realm for many years. He did not rely on his family background, but on his strength. He is definitely not a false reputation. How many divine bodies and holy bodies in the Central God realm were suppressed by Shi Yihan? Even Lin Chuqing lost to her only after Shi Yihan suppressed her realm. It was Shi Yihan who admitted defeat. They suspected that their young master had let him win. Shi Yihan smiled indifferently, looking relaxed and contented, not for Lin Chuqing. He also wanted to fight with Gu Qing to see if the disciples of the Star Temple were as invincible as rumored. Women all admire the strong. As long as he beat Gu Qing, he didn't believe that Lin Chuqing would still be infatuated with Gu Qing. Young master, we have arrived at Xuanhuan city. Yes, let's go into the city. TSK, Qinger, did you see that? You have charmed everyone. In the room, Luo Ro's spiritual sense swept the whole city, and everyone was talking about Lin Chuqing. Everyone wanted to admire Lin Chuqing's peerless grace. This made her feel proud, as if her own cub had finally turned into a dragon. Master, it's just an empty title. Besides, people's hearts are separated from their stomachs. Who knows if they are in love or have evil intentions? Lin Chuqing was unmoved, closed her eyes, and silently comprehended the Taoist magic. What a contemporary goddess, with unparalleled talent in the world. For her, it didn't mean anything. She just wanted to practice quietly to become stronger and accompany her beloved forever. That's true. Luo Ro nodded in agreement, raised her eyes and looked at her beloved disciple, then smiled and said, Fortunately, you were captured by that bad boy before you grew up, otherwise I would worry about you, whether you would become a heartless and desireless stone woman. Having accompanied Lin Chuqing for so many years, she knew very well how cold Lin Chuqing's heart was. She met many handsome and talented geniuses who were even willing to die for Lin Chuqing. However, Lin Chuqing remained unmoved, leaving no trace in her heart. It seemed that there was nothing else to ask for except giving up the Tao. Master. Lin Chu opened her eyes, and a blush appeared on her beautiful face, feeling embarrassed and annoyed. Obviously, she didn't want others to mention her past with Gu Qing. She didn't want people to know that she hated Gu Qing the most when she was a child, who made him pull her pigtails all day and dirty her beautiful skirt. Okay, I won't say it. Seeing Lin Chuqing's angry and vivid expression, Luo Ro smiled with satisfaction. Flirting with her cold and arrogant disciple has become her daily hobby, but, when she thought that her disciple would no longer belong to her, Luo Ro felt heartbroken. She cursed, Damn bad boy. Master, don't forget that you are a well-educated lady. Lin Chuqing's eyes flashed with a smile. Luo Ro immediately shut up, with a dignified and elegant posture. Here. What's coming? A Qing is here. Then I'll leave. Yes. Gu Qing arrived at Xuanhuan city in the void-flying boat, and his spiritual sense swept through it, and his expression was stunned. There are too many young geniuses coming, and the number is still increasing. In the sky, 2s and 3s of people drove flying swords or took carriages, rushing from all directions. They excitedly discussed how Lin Chuqing was stunning and charming. Don't be surprised. That girl is a fairy incarnation with a fairy source. The fairy aura she exudes has a fatal temptation to all living beings. Besides, everyone in the world worships idols. Lin Chuqing defeated the #1 prodigy and became the uncrowned king of the contemporary era. If you can see her peerless style, you will have something to brag about when you go back. He and I sighed, thinking back then, she was also like this, the center of the world, the center of attention. Countless immortal giants are proud to invite her. The prodigies and monsters regard her as an idol, kneeling down the mountain for a long time. They want to worship her as their master. The world is bustling and bustling for profit. Gu Qing nodded in understanding and immediately closed the system. If he didn't close it, he would be bombarded with system messages when he saw Lin Chuqing later. When he came to Xuanhuan, Gu Qing pushed the door open directly. TSK, there is another fearless person who is proud of his status and harasses Fairy Lin. Do you think he can take Fairy Lin's attack? No, Fairy Lin is so powerful that even the Holy Son of the Holy Land can't take her casual attack. But this pretty boy is pretty handsome. It was not the first time that Lin Chuqing's door was pushed open. There are always people who think they are different and charming, but without exception, they were all seriously injured by Lin Chuqing's sword energy. How confident they were when they came, how embarrassed they were when they left, facing those who didn't know the limits and wanted to entangle her. Lin Chuqing would never show mercy, although she was kind by nature. If anyone violated her bottom line, Lin Chuqing would always kill them decisively. The way is ruthless, and all living beings are like ants. Her kindness will only be left to those she cherishes. Huh? How did he get in? The spectators who wanted to watch the show were stunned, but they reacted quickly. Gu Qing must be the fiancé that Lin Chuqing is waiting for. I really envy Fairy Lin. The female cultivator of Xuanhuan showed envy and jealousy on her face. The news that Gu Qing is the true descendant of the Star Temple has long been spread. The news was spread by Lin Chuqing, that is the Star Temple, which inherits the eternal Taoist tradition and transcends the world. Any outer disciple who walks out at random is a genius, because useless people can't be admitted to the Star Temple at all. Lin Chuqing is good. She is born with a beautiful face and a talent, and is a well-deserved contemporary goddess, and she has a handsome fiancé with a strong talent and an invincible background. Her life is perfect. How can they not be envious and jealous? The male cultivators are crazy about Gu Qing. Lin Chuqing is peerless and is the descendant of the secluded fairy palace. She is destined to take charge of the secluded fairy palace in the future. Such a noble goddess, they only dare to watch from afar and admire silently, and they don't even have the courage to express their feelings. But Gu Qing can marry her, accompany her on the road, and become a pair of immortal lovers. The more people think about it, the more jealous they become. Senior Sister Lin, do you still remember me, Lin Fan? If you don't like this pretty boy, I will help you cancel this engagement even if it costs me my life. The handsome young man Lin Fan showed a resolute look on his face, clenched his fists, and swore secretly. When he was chased by a dragon, it was Lin Chuqing who saved him. Although Lin Chuqing didn't care, or maybe she didn't remember saving him at all, he never forgot the grace of saving his life. That terrifying sword and the beautiful figure have been deeply engraved in his mind. Shi Yihan is here. Now it's going to be a good show. Since Shi Yihan lost to Lin Chuqing, he said that he would not marry anyone other than Lin Chuqing in this life, and the Shi family also quickly expressed their position and directly ignored Gu Qing. Two proud sons of heaven fighting for a daughter. A big battle is bound to break out. It is unknown who will win in the end and who will get the beauty home.